Hi, I am Miriam Bair, and this is Chris Bair, my husband. Hey. We own and operate Keto Chow and Salty Electrolyte Drink Mix.
Chris Stroud, we started working with him, it was probably back in about 2020. It's interesting to work with someone who kind of is outside of our company and has a lot of ideas and also has a lot of resources that he can bring to bear. So if we have a particular weakness that we need someone who can do analytics about what's happening with different customers. He can bring people in and do that.
He will, give us a suggestion or whatever, but then he also has experience doing that thing. So he'll have a company, he'll say, hey, I worked with this company and did this thing. This is how it turned out for them. Granted, you may have different experience, but then it's really nice because he has the experience with multiple companies to be able to say, hey, we did this thing, it worked for them, let's try it for you. We can do it for a certain amount of days. And then also the follow-up, which is really important.
One thing that's really nice that we've noticed with Onda is because they're working with a bunch of different clients as well, they have experience with, for instance, things will go wrong with Meta, Facebook, with Google. They'll have a bug. There will be a change in the algorithm. And in our little fiefdom, in our little corner of the world, we may not recognize that this is part of a larger problem. And so having a company that is dialed in and working with other companies as well as a consultant, they're able to recognize that this is a problem, this is how we solved it with client X, and here's the change that we're going to implement in your advertising so that you don't have a problem with that as well. Working with Chris Stroud, and he had us bring in Onda, we were able to change around the way that we do the advertising, and it just became a lot more managed, I guess would be a good way to say. Creating different audiences, having a top of funnel, a mid funnel, a bottom of funnel. And working with the different things and retargeting people, it was completely different sophistication, I guess you could say, with how our ad account was managed.
Would we recommend Chris Stroud or Onda to other people? We've actually already recommended them to a few other people that we met at different conferences. I would say a definite yes. I feel like we've grown together, and what's so great about Chris and Onda is anytime we have a problem, they just attack it. And we'll go back and do audits. Chris was mentioning earlier that they've done multiple different audits, audit on the email, audit on the, all these different platforms that we're working on to see, what are we doing wrong, where can we change, and then just pivot where we need to pivot. So yeah, I definitely recommend